can be DVD menu. Interesting. Garden song. We got Kyoto. I've listened to Kyoto. It's fantastic. I love it. Punisher. Title song. Halloween. Chinese satellite. Okay. Got Japanese and Kyoto and China with Chinese. Moon Song. Savior Complex. Only heard of Phoebe Bridgers in the last couple months. She did a collab with Taylor Swift. Okay, since Taylor Swift is the only musical choice, and have wanted to be listened to her album since. Wow, awesome. That's fantastic. That's a great fit. I'm so glad that we got the chance to do this. I Know the End. I think, so the two songs I've listened to are Punisher and I Know the End, and they are both bangers. They are both sad bangers, and I'm so glad that we're going to be listening to this. The entire album is 40 minutes, so it's not a very long album. Let's listen. Let's read what they have to say about this album. Punisher is the second studio album by American singer-songwriter Phoebe Bridgers, released on June 2020 by Dead Oceans. She first established herself with her 2017 debut, Stranger in the Alps, a widely acclaimed indie rock effort. In the years preceding her second album, the California native formed the bands Boy Genius and Better Oblivion Community Center. I've actually listened to some tracks by that band, and they're amazing. On Punisher, Bridges' songwriting is somber and sardonic, I'm guessing meaning sarcastic, deeply personal in nature. It explores topics like dissociation, and fragmenting relationships. Dissociation is a concept that has been developed over time, any of the wide array of experiences ranging from a mild emotional detachment from the immediate surroundings to a more severe disconnection from physical and emotional experiences. So it's very dissociating, very disconnecting, and the fragmenting of relationships that occur. It was recorded over a year and a half at Sound City Studios, and it was collaborative with a bunch of different artists. I know Lucy Dacus, fantastic. Supported by 5 singles. I've heard Kyoto and I Know the End, but none of the others. They celebrate its open lyricism. Let's get into the track. Let's get at track, album. Hopefully your morning is going well. Hopefully everyone's mornings or nights are going well, and they are well. This is an album for which I think the lyrics will matter a whole lot. So I'm going to try and keep the correct lyrics up, because I don't always do that. But I'm going to try and keep the correct lyrics up for the entire thing, because I think it'll be important. It'll be quite important. Excited for this? Awesome. That's fantastic. I think that's going to be good. And it's not like a super, super long album either, so you might be able to listen to it before you have to go to work. I'll try and get to it immediately then, shall we? Wait, because it's 7 a.m. Oh yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, we'll get it done within the hour. Okay. Let's listen to this. Yeah, you'll have time? Cool. I don't want to cause anyone to have to, call in sick every Friday for work. Oh, I'm feeling sick. And then you're bopping to tunes and on stream. Okay. So this is Punisher by Phoebe Bridgers. Worth it? Yeah. Exactly. Alright. So this is Punisher by Phoebe Bridgers, 2020, singer-songwriter, indie folk. I'm excited. Let's get into this. Let's go.
Someday I'm gonna live in your house up on the hill. And when your skinhead neighbor goes missing, I'll plant a garden in the yard. Then they're gluing roses on a flatbed. You should see it, I mean thousands. I grew up here till it all went up in flames, except the notches in the door frame. I don't know when you got taller. See our reflection in the water off a bridge at the Huntington. I hopped the fence when I was 17. Then I knew what I wanted. And when I grow up, I'm gonna look up from my phone and see my life. And it's gonna be just like my recurring dream. I'm at the movies, I don't remember what I'm seeing. The screen turns into a tidal wave. Then it's a dorm room, like a hedge maze. And when I find you touch my leg and I insist, but I wake up before we do it. I don't know how, but I'm taller. It must be something in the water. Everything's growing in our garden. You don't have to know that it's haunted. The doctor put her hands over my liver. She told me my resentment's getting smaller. No, I'm not afraid of hard work. I get everything I want. I have everything I wanted.
Wow, that song. Yeah. The Taylor Swift song "Exile" with Bon Iver. I've always been a big Bon Iver song, so when Bon Iver collaborated with Taylor Swift, that was a cool moment. He always has had like that timbre that was deep underneath, but then this is interesting because it was like throughout the entire song they had this the deep voice underneath her light and sort of wispy voice on top, which was really interesting. Yeah, it's very beautiful. These lyrics, someday I'm gonna live in your house up on the hill, and when your skinhead neighbor goes missing, I'll plant a garden in the yard. Then they're gluing roses on a flatbed. You should see it, I mean thousands. So this is like the details of like neighborhood and a little bit of fakeness, but then there's like the neighborhood is made up of these weird little details, some of which are disturbing, like the skinhead neighbor, and then there's like planting a garden, which is like a more calm thing. You're doing these calm sort of activities in amongst the chaos of life. Well, not the chaos of life. It's like all the little things that tend to happen. I grew up here till it all went up in flames, except the notches in the door frame. So something happened in this space. I don't know when you got taller. See our reflection in the water. Off a bridge at the Huntington. I hopped the fence when I was 17. Then I knew what I wanted. See, a lot of these things I'm not completely sure what they sort of mean. But the whole song seems to be about growing up, I guess. being more emotionally mature. When I grow up, I'm going to look up from my phone and see my life. So it's kind of looking back and seeing, well, I'm going to look up from my phone later on, and then I'm going to actually see life, but it's just going to be like my recurring dream. I'm at the movies, I don't remember what I'm seeing. The screen turns into a tidal wave. So like the movies don't remember what I'm seeing. It's almost like that dissociative feeling. The screen's images just start pouring out. Then it's a dorm room like a hedge maze, and when I find you, you touch my leg, and I insist, but I wake up before we do it. It's just got these images that keep sort of like lazing along. I don't know how, but I'm taller. That's the emotional kind of maturity coming through, I think. And then it must be something in the water. Everything's growing in our garden. You don't have to know that it's haunted. The doctor put her hands over my liver. She told me my resentment's getting smaller. Interesting. Very interesting. I like the imagery that it brings up, and I like how it kind of goes from one idea to the other. It's kind of like comforting, but it's also very haunting at the same time. It's got that, haunting and sad, but also they got the comforting, quaint life details in there as well. I really love how they're able to do that. Let's go to the next song. It's called Kyoto. I've listened to this song. It's amazing.
Day off in Kyoto, got bored at the temple, looked around at the 7-Eleven. The band took the speed train, went to the arcade. I wanted to go, but I didn't. You called me from a payphone, they still got payphones. It cost $1 a minute to tell me you're getting sober. You wrote me a letter, but I don't have to read it. Sunset's been a freak show on the weekend, so I've been driving out to the suburbs to park at the Goodwill, stare at the chemtrails. It's my little brother. He said you called on his birthday. We're off by like 10 days, but you get a few points for trying. Remember getting the truck fixed when you let us drive it. 25 felt like flying. Don't forget me, but please don't hold me to it. Born under Scorpio skies, I wanted to see the world through your eyes until it happened. Then I changed my mind. Yes, I lied. Cool eyes, 'cause I'm alive.
Yeah, I've listened to that song like so many times. It is actually on my playlist of like songs to listen to. It's such a listenable song, but it's also so sad. It gets me in my feels. And also, here's the story behind it. Kyoto is an up-tempo indie rock song that takes a glimpse into Bridges' inner musings during her time spent on tour in Japan, with a little help from Bright Eyes' Nathaniel Walcott on the horns. The song's instrumentation sounds almost like joyful fanfare, despite some of the song's lyrics of personal resentment. In an April 2020 press release, Bridges describes Kyoto in her own words. The song is about imposter syndrome, about being in Japan for the first time, somewhere I've always wanted to go, and playing my music to people who want to hear it, feeling like I'm living someone else's life. I dissociate when bad things happen to me, but also when good things happen. It can feel like I'm performing what I think I'm supposed to be like. I wrote this one as a ballad first, but at that point I was so sick of recording slow songs it turned into this. In a May 2020 interview with The New Yorker, she reveals that the song also addresses the complex relationship she had with her father. I feel so much empathy and so much anger towards him. It'll always be day to day. Are we talking? Are we not talking? What's the vibe? In the midst of the pandemic, Bridges stated that she hoped to film the music video for Kyoto in Japan, but instead filmed in front of a green screen. During the music video is great as well. I'm actually sad that I didn't show that. But during the strict social distancing policies held during the pandemic, Bridges amusingly performed the song live from her bathtub on the late night show Jimmy Kimmel Live in April 2020. It's the second single. Very interesting, very interesting. See, they got some day off in Kyoto, got bored at the temple, looked around at 7-Eleven. See, it's these. I think it's quite autobiographical. A lot of these probably might be very true statements, things that she actually did. The band took the speed train, went to the arcade. I wanted to go, but I didn't. I really love that line there. Is quite painful to me because it really describes that thing when you're going on a trip to somewhere you don't know and you say, I wanted to go with them to, to go to the arcade, but then it feels like it's self-deprecation. I wanted to go, but I didn't because I hate myself. That's the idea that's the feeling that I got, was like, not even that I hated myself, I was just not feeling it, but even then it's just like, why did I not go kind of thing? Why am I like this kind of, that's a lot of sometimes the vibe that I'm getting also from this track is this whole like, why am I like this kind of vibe. They still got paying phones, it costs $1 a minute, and it's actually quite interesting because when someone is dissociative, it's nice to kind of list things. They got pay phones, it's $1 a minute. You're getting sober, you wrote me a letter, but I don't have to read it. It doesn't have to kind of, the listing of the things that happen brings back the memory to you, and I can just imagine Phoebe Bridges writing this in a way to jog her memory about what happened back there, what was going on. I can't even remember, it just rushed by. Even this one, I'm gonna kill you if you don't beat me to it, dreaming through Tokyo skies. I wanted to see the world that I flew over the ocean and I changed my mind. What I see in that is someone who went to Tokyo and then they thought that it was going to be great, but then they changed their mind when they got there. They're like, maybe they're so much in a state, in a mental health state, that they couldn't enjoy it, or they couldn't do what they wanted to. They couldn't nearly enjoy it as much as they hoped. The vibes are clear, which I appreciate. As much as I like songs that make you work out the meaning, I also like when meanings hit you hard. Yeah, exactly. These are all the things that hit me immediately. I just wanted to sort of point them out as well, etc., etc. This is all very good stuff. I don't forgive you, but please don't hold me to it. Born under Scorpio skies, I wanted to see the world through your eyes until it happened. So this kind of flips the original chorus. I wanted to see the world through your eyes until it happened, then I changed my mind. Very interesting. And then they kind of say, guess I lied, I'm a liar. Who lies? I'm a liar. That seems very self-deprecating kind of tone going on there. Anyway, I could go on about that. I love this. This song is amazing to me. It's one of my favorites so far. Let's go to Punisher.
When the speed kicks in, I go to the store for nothing and walk right by the house hide in plain sight. What if I told you I feel like I know you, but we never met? And here everyone knows you're the way to my heart. Here's so many stories of you at the bar. Most times alone and some looking your worst, but never not sweet to the trust funds and punishers. Man, I wish that I could say the same. I swear I'm not angry, that's just my face. A copycat killer with a chemical cut. Either I'm careless or I wanna get caught. Who I'm not. What if I told you I feel like I know you, but we never met? It's for the best. I can't open my mouth and forget how to talk. 'Cause even if I could, wouldn't know where to start, wouldn't know when to stop.
Whoa, whoa, that's just starting to hit hard. It really is. Wow. I get that feeling of longing, like, what if I told you I feel like I know you, but we never met? It's for the best. The first chorus said, yeah, it was just kind of like this longing. I love how she kind of flits between different scenes, like the house where you lived, the tiles, the store, your favorite things, Dianetics or stucco. Even if I don't understand all the references and the feelings, I can feel it. I can feel like the textures that she's bringing up. The tempo was very interesting as well. And here everyone knows you're the way to my heart. Here's so many stories of you at the bar, most times alone and some looking your worst, but never not sweet to the trust funds and punishers. Man, I wish I could say the same. I swear I'm not angry, that's just my face. A copycat killer with a chemical cut. Either I'm careless or I want to get caught, who I'm not. It's funny because I just caught a glance of the story behind, and it seems there's a very specific story and influence behind each of these songs. Here's the one for Punisher, the title track, written about her musical hero, Elliott Smith. Now, here's the thing. It could be written originally about Elliott Smith, and then it can be applied, of course, the concepts that, when you're singing about Elliott Smith can be applied to different people, but the song details a fictional encounter that Phoebe had with the now-deceased musician who died in 2003 from 2 stab wounds to the chest. The title comes from a concept that Bridges created, which would be the archetype of an overly energetic fan making their hero, in this case Smith, feel trapped when they get to meet them. Bridges spoke to Apple Music and explained that the song is about her stalking Elliott Smith and being a punisher who when she talks to her heroes, their eyes will glaze over. Bridges also used a new recording technique that she picked up from Joseph Lord. That makes sense because there was the interesting vocoder happening underneath. It was very sort of felt recorded in an acoustic room, but there was the vocoder underneath, and then kind of the tenderness. It enhanced the tenderness in a way. The trick was to play various sounds and then ride the faders as you're recording so it all shines in different moments. Oh, okay, so she had different mics situated around the room, say a piano, say a different instrument here, and then she'd just turn the volumes up and down as the track went on, and that was the kind of mood that she was in. So she just, imagine, have these faders that she'd be pulling up and down as the track goes, which makes sense because the track's very sort of meandering and swelling over time. But yeah, I got that vibe definitely when a lot of Phoebe Bridges stuff is quite self-deprecating, especially on this album, particularly on this album. I'm not too. You do that, Rutherford? Oh, awesome! That's a great technique to use. Like, I haven't listened to any of her other albums, but I think she's only got one other album. And then what was I talking about? But it just seems like she's very self-deprecating. That's calling herself the Punisher for talking too much in front of someone she really loves, which is a really interesting concept. Yeah, with Rutherford, it's all tracks at once, but then she kind of she's got sliders and she's automating them over time, I guess is what her thing was, is that she's automating the volumes of the particular tracks to just smoothly kind of journey over time instead of introducing new tracks all at once. She just kind of like waves it through. Anyway, I'm talking too much. Let's go to the next track. I love that, by the way. Let's go to the next track, Halloween.
Hospital, the sirens go all night. I used to joke that if they woke you up, somebody better be dying. Sick of the questions I keep asking you that make you live in the past, but I can count on you to tell me the truth when you've been drinking and you're wearing a mask. Baby, it's Halloween, and we can be anything. Oh, come on, man, we can be surprised by what I do for love. Some things I never expect. They killed a fan down by the stadium. Was only visiting, they beat him to death. Baby, it's Halloween, and we can be
That was a beautiful track. Let's just keep going on to Chinese Satellite. I don't have too much to say about that one. That was great.
I've been running around in circles, pretending to be myself. Why would somebody do this on purpose when they could do something else? Drowning out the morning birds with the same 3 songs over and over. I wish I wrote it, but I didn't, so I learned the words. Hum along till the feeling's gone forever. Took a tour to see the stars, but they weren't out tonight. So I wished hard on a Chinese satellite. I want to believe. Instead I look at the sky and I feel nothing. You know I hate to be alone. I want to be wrong. You were screaming at the evangelicals. They were screaming right back from what I remember. And you said I will never be your vegetable, because I think when you're gone it's forever. But you know I'd stand on the corner, embarrassed with a picket sign, if it meant I would see you when I die. Sometimes when I can't sleep, it's just a matter of time before I'm hearing things. Swore I could feel you through the walls, but that's impossible. I want to believe that if I go outside I see a tractor beam coming to take me to where I'm from. I want to go home.
Wow, wow, wow. Hello, Illy. Thank you for the raid. Thank you so much. I hope you had a great stream, Illy. This is Benny FM. You can make me a corgi from the corgi hair. That's the thing with corgis. They shed hair, and then you can make new corgis from the corgi hair. But welcome back, Tom. We're listening to a very... Because the thing is, I initially thought it was a sad album, and yes, it is sad. It's also it's a sad album, it is. But it's like different in a way where it's a very resigning album, has a little bit of anger to it, I feel, but like doom, like a doomer album. That's what it feels like to me. There's some doomer elements to this where it's like, well, everything's screwed. So the only thing that matters to me is you, kind of thing. And let's list all the things that sort of that sort of affect, what this world feels like. Individual lyrics will stick for a while. Let's go through these. This one was woof with the lyrics. It didn't really hold back. I've been running around in circles pretending to be myself. Yikes, with that feeling when you're pretending. Why would somebody do this on purpose when they could do something else? Drowning, there's that self-deprecation again. Drowning out the morning birds with the same 3 songs over and over. It's the feeling, isn't it? Just feeling listening to the same songs. I wish I wrote it, but I didn't, so I learned the words. There's this technique that she seems to use, which is like, I wish I did, but I didn't, or I did, but I didn't, kind of like indecision going on throughout several of her songs. Hum along till the feeling's gone forever. I took a tour to see the stars, but they weren't out tonight. There we go, the disappointment again. So I wish hard on a Chinese satellite. I want to believe. Instead, I look at the sky and I feel nothing. I hate to be alone. I want to be wrong. That is powerful. It's like this idea that the Duma sort of viewpoint that I was talking about earlier. And it's like, I really want to believe that there's either something out there or something worth believing in or something worth living for. So I try. I look into the sky and I just feel nothing. More than anyone else, I hate to be alone. I want to be wrong. I want, maybe even it's a life to be full of love and, all these things. I want to have hope for the future, but I want to be wrong about the world being nothing, You were screaming at the evangelicals. They were screaming right back from what I remember. When you said I would never be your vegetable, because I think when you're gone, it's forever, which is talking about death and, how she believes, there's nothing after death. But I'd stand on the corner embarrassed with a picket sign if it meant I would see you when I die. Talking about, like, the idea of religious people. These are the people who are the evangelicals at the corner. You're going to hell kind of thing. And then she said she'd do it. She'd do this thing. Just stand there embarrassed with that picket sign if it meant, when you die, you live on and I will see you forever kind of thing. It's really sad. Same to you, Boo? Yeah, exactly. It's happy it's the weekend. Yeah, that's for the Australians. The British and the Americans have something more, a little bit more to. they have another Friday to live out. But hey, us Australasians are free right now. Sometimes when I can't sleep, it's just a matter of time before I'm hearing things. Swore I could feel you through the walls, meaning that she's away from the person that she loves, either because they passed away or because they're just not with her at the moment. But that's impossible, meaning maybe that is death. I want to believe that if I go outside, I'll see a tractor beam coming to take me to where I'm from, meaning she feels like an alien. She feels like she doesn't belong here in this universe. I want to go home because right here, right now, doesn't feel like home. Very sad. And for anyone who feels like that, you get the feels. Let's continue. It's been awesome having this experience, and let's just keep continuing this. Let's go to Moon Song.
You asked to walk me home, but I had to carry you. And you pushed me in, and now my feet can't touch the bottom of you. You couldn't have, you couldn't have stuck your tongue down the throat of somebody who loves you more. So I will birthday, and I've never seen you smiling so big. It's not a cool theme, and there's something I'm supposed to say, but can't for the life of me remember what it is. And if I could give you the moon, or I would give you the moon. You are sick and you're married and you might be dying, but you're holding me like water in your hands. When you saw the dead little bird, you started crying, but you know the killer doesn't understand.
Oh, the feels. Good night, Space Cowboy. Thank you for making yourself known. You didn't have to do that, but you did, and I appreciate having you around. Lurkers, all lurkers are lovely. I appreciate when anyone lurks. Hope you have a fantastic sleep. And the follow as well, thank you for the follow. So yeah, like, this just seemed to be, I would give you the moon, I would be a dog that brings a bird to your door, which is my love for you, and then at the end, you're sick and you're married and you might be dying, but you're holding me like water in your hands, and when you saw the dead little bird, you started crying, but you know the killer doesn't understand. Yeah, there's a lot here. Wow, what is this? This is funny. And Moon Song Bridges would do anything for her partner, even attempting to do the impossible of giving them the moon. It follows the theme of giving up oneself for the benefit of the other, seen throughout the album, including on Say Blah Blah, because those are to come, we won't spoil. Describe it as a song about the wanting to be stepped on feeling, and not in that way, folks. Not in that way, chat. But also maybe in that way. I think it might, like, they're related, I guess. Wanting someone to treat you so badly, because at least they'll treat you at all. There we go. Dog with the bird motif. Okay. Yeah. She said, I feel like songs are kind of like dreams too, where you're like, I could say it's about this one thing, but at the same time it's so hyper-specific to people and a person about a relationship. But it's also every single song. I feel complex about every single person I've ever cared about, and I think that's pretty clear. The through line is that caring about someone who hates themselves is really hard, because they feel like you're stupid. And you feel stupid. Like, if you complain, then they'll go away. So if you don't complain, and you just bottle it up, and you're like, no, step on me again, please. It's that feeling, the wanting to be stepped on feeling. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's very complex, and she also sang that on Jimmy Kimmel. Interesting. But point left, point right, yeah. Exactly, but I think the feelings are there. A lot of this is also very poetic in the sense, like, that does explain, I could give you the moon, wanting to, this love is often like a push and a pull. Friendship is also like a push and a pull, and sometimes you can push too much, and then it's like, oh, it's so delicate, you give so much of your love, and it's like, wait a minute, I'm okay, no you're not, all that kind of things. It's very complex. Anyway, let's go to the next track, I See You. Sorry, wait a dang minute. This is not ICU. This is Savior Complex. It is the right song, though. I was just making sure that we were playing the right song. Let's play it again. Sorry, folks.
no affair, overly sincere, smoking in the car, windows up, crocodile tears, run the tap till it's clear, drift off on the floor, I drag you to the shore, sweating through the sheets, you're gonna drown in your sleep, for sure. Wake up and start a big fire in a one-room apartment, but I'm too tired to have a pissing contest. All the bad dreams that you hide, show me yours, I'll show you mine. Call me when you land, I'll drive around again, one hand on the wheel, one in your mouth, turn me on and turn me down, baby you're a vampire, you want blood, and I promised I'm a brave liar with a savior complex. All the skeletons you hide, show me yours, and I'll show you mine. All the bad dreams that you hide, show me yours.
Boo says she does such a good job of making the instruments feel mournful. Yeah, and I got those sort of like romance movie style strings, but then they start to like twist a little bit and feel a little bit strange and ethereal. Let's have a look at this. On the 8th track, she talks about the psychological construct of a savior complex. She describes the ups and downs of a relationship dealing with her own personality. Also known as the white knight syndrome, a savior complex characterizes a person that feels the need to save other people and may actively seek out those in need to assist them. While it may sound positive, this can lead to the savior using it as an outlet to avoid their own problems, and the other individual can struggle to take ownership over their own actions. So it's like this dependence thing that goes on. It's very interesting. It's funny because someone also made an annotation on the Show Me Yours line saying that the very fact that it ends with Show Me Yours but then it doesn't say I'll show you mine, it kind of just lingers there. They interpreted it as like you show me your feelings, your emotions, and then every other time they say show you mine, they don't say it because it's a little bit less likely that they're going to actually show their own issues because they're not really wanting to That's, I guess, it's sort of the feeling, because, like, yeah, very interesting, very interesting. All the skeletons. Yeah. Anyway, let's go on to the next track. I love that one, by the way. Let's go on to I See You.
Laying down on the lawn, I'm tired of trying to get in the house. I'm thinking out loud. I've been playing dead my whole life, and I get this feeling whenever I feel good. It'll be the last time, but I feel something when I see you now. I feel something when I see you. If you're a work of art, I'm standing too close. I can see the brush strokes. I hate your mom. I hate it when she opens her mouth. It's amazing to me how much you can say when you don't know what you're talking about. But I feel something when I see you now. I feel something when I see you. I used to light you up. Now I can't even get you to play the drums, 'cause I don't know what I want until I fuck it up. But I feel something when I see you now. I feel something. I'll climb through the window again. But right now it feels good not to stand. Then I'll leave it wide open. Let the dystopian morning light pour in.
Wow, what a bop. I don't know what to say. That's just great. Feels very cool. Yeah. So for the single, it looks like, yeah, love that. That's awesome. I think both of you love that one. That's great. It was renamed to I See You, ISEEU, for the release after the pandemic, but when the full album was released, it was retitled back to I See You without, because I imagine that if you release a single called I See You just as the pandemic is coming out, it would have seemed a bit crass. But then, it died down a little bit, and well, not the pandemic, obviously. Sorry, but everyone's sort of touchiness about the subject, and then we started to discuss it, and I guess it became a little bit more okay. It's about a breakup with drummer band member Marshall Vore. Okay. Interesting. That's wonderful. I love that track. Let's go into Graceland 2. Really loving this album so far, by the way.
She could do whatever she wants to do. She could go home, but she's not going to. So she picks a direction. It's 90 in Memphis. Turns up the music so thoughts don't intrude. Predictably winds up thinking of Elvis and wonders if he believed songs could come true. I'm asking for it if they do. Doesn't know what she wants or what she's gonna do. A rebel without a clue. So we spent what was left of our serotonin to chew on our cheeks and stare at the moon. Said she knows she lived through it to get to this moment. Ate a sleeve of saltines on my floor, and I knew that I would do anything you want me to. I would do anything for you. I would do anything. I will do anything. Whatever you want me to do, I will do. Whatever she wants. Whatever she wants. Whatever she wants. Whatever she wants. I will do whatever you I will do whatever she wants. Whatever she wants. Whatever you want.
Yes, seems happiest and most simple, like, yeah, whatever you want. And I feel it's fitting because it features so prominently these other artists that are coming through and harmonizing and providing a pleasant sort of, chorus, which is going to be, yeah, let me say, I've heard I Know the End. It's one of the singles, and I can just imagine the feelings if you haven't listened to this album going into this last track. Yeah, not gonna spoil it, but I guess I wanted, it's a good, Graceland 2 is a good, nice, happy song before I Know the End comes along, if you know what I mean. Because it starts off with the somber feeling, and it's like, well, there's a little bit of hope in there. And let's just I think based on based on this whole album, my two favorite tracks are Kyoto and there's also, which was the song that had the really beautiful lyrics? All of them do, but there was one that had particularly beautiful lyrics that was quite difficult to pass. And I Know the End is one of my favorite tracks, and I know this because, well, let's listen to it. I'm going to go to bed. Thank you for opening your ears to the Twitches. Thank you, Rifter. Thank you. I think it must be Chinese satellite. Have a fantastic sleep, Rifter. Good to have you here. Kyoto was cute. I really love Kyoto. I thought it was amazing. But there's lots of great, it's just a great album. I've just liked it all the way through. There's nothing, I don't have really any big problems with it. It's just upsides to me, positives. Very good artists, very good writing, feelsy, nice songs, good, just solid all around. I really like this album already, but I think I Know the End might be my favorite track, but because I've already heard it. But here we go. Let's go into I Know the End.
somewhere in Germany, but I can't place it. Man, I hate this part of Texas. Close my eyes, fantasize, 3 clicks and I'm home. When I get back, I'll lay around, then I'll get up and lay back down. Romanticize a quiet life, there's no place like my room. But you had to go, I know, I know, I know. Like a wave that crashed and melted on the shore. Not even the burnouts are out here anymore. And you had to go, I know, I know, I know. Out in the park we watched the sunset, talking on a rusty swing set. After a while you went quiet and I got mean. I'm always pushing you away from me, but you come back with gravity. And when I call, you come home, a bird in your teeth. So I gotta go, I know, I know, I know. When the sirens sound, you'll hide under the floor. But I'm not gonna go down with my hometown in a tornado. I'm gonna chase it, I know, I know, I know. I gotta go now, I know, I know, I know. Driving out into the sun, let the ultraviolet cover me up. Went looking for a creation myth, ended up with a pair of cracked lips. Windows down, scream along to some America First rap country song. A slaughterhouse, an outlet mall, slot machines, fear of God. Windows down,
Wow, yeah. That hit even harder within the context of the album because there's so much that I didn't pick up. Just hearing to that single by itself, there's the, yeah, the alien metaphor, like she feels like an alien in her own world. There's the idea that everything's against her. There was a religious element that she brought in. She was like, I don't know what these enders near billboards are about, but hey, I'm not afraid to disappear, to float around, ghost my friends. There was the picket fence, the neighborhood vibe, and then just the ominousness that was sort of underneath. You know how I was mentioning earlier, there's like the sense of doom of everything and the sense of pent up feelings. I feel like it makes sense because throughout the entire album, she's sort of like keeping all of this in. And then I know the end. Once you sort of know the end, and then that's when all the feelings kind of come out. Very intense with saying the end is here. That's the doom at the end, I guess, is that's what's always on her mind when she's thinking about all these things about the creation myth, her hometown in a tornado, all this stuff. It really comes home with that final track, which even better in the context of the album. Whew. Surprisingly depressing album, but also very relatable in some ways. Oh wow. There's some real bangers in the, yeah, amazing album. I think that final track really clinched it for me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Whew. Let's just let that sit for a bit. I'm gonna play some cute music. Two intense albums on different sides of the spectrum. Between the Buried and Me was very intense and musical and wild. You loved ICU? That's one of the singles, I think. That's one of the singles. That's why it's quite forward and poppy. Probably gonna hear my niece in the background in the bath. But yeah, thank you. I mean, thank you for being here. I appreciate everyone for being here. This is an experience. We're all together to listen to music together and to just enjoy ourselves, to experience life together. Hey, I feel like a preacher right now. But yes, it's been really good. I think we're going to raid somebody, but thank you for being here. You rock, Rotherwood. You rock. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I'm playing Amori tomorrow. Feel free to tune in for that. Very sad, very happy and sad game. And then 24-hour stream coming soon, 2 weeks from now. On that note, I have to get my nephew ready for school and myself ready for work. 100% be out in the album to regular listeners. Glad you enjoyed it, Boo. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Love you lots too, Boo. Let's raid somebody. I hope you have, get your nephew ready for school and get yourself ready to go to work and all these things. Who should we raid right now? Let's see if there's anybody who I would like to raid. Yeah, on that, yeah. I don't know who to raid right now. Let's just raid someone playing something really lovely like Unpacking. I always love watching people play Unpacking. The chill stream. Oh, from New Zealand. Okay. Let's raid this person. I'm keen to raid. Peace out. Yeah, it's bedtime. Yeah, go ahead and go to sleep. Peace out, Wrath of Wood. We're just gonna raid Moosh really quickly. If you'd like to raid, then feel free to. Otherwise, just chill. Use one of those raid messages. And I hope you have a good sleep wherever you're from, or just have a good day. We're gonna raid Moosh right now. And yeah, have a fantastic day. Peace out. Bye, everybody.